Let's see. We live? All right, let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hangin Sangin. I'm Kelly McCartney from the Bluegrass Situation. With me today in the writer's rooms at the Hutton, Valerie June.
Hello, Kelly.
Hello, Valerie.
Hi, world.
Hi, world. I'm so happy you're here.
Me too.
It has taken me so long to get you here. And here we are.
Finally here.
Yeah, together.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be in Tennessee. I got in the car last night because I rent a car when I come to Nashville to get around. And, I don't drive very much.
Right.
So I got in there, I rolled down the windows, and I was like, Tennessee air.
Woo!
Yes. It's so fresh and
Got that
amazing.
old home smell.
It does. It really does. And it's an emotional moment. Every moment's almost emotional with me, though.
Well, actually, that is a good start. I want to know, what were you like as a kid? Have you always been a fairy? Have you always been like this mystical, magical creature?
I've always been visited by them, so
Well,
yeah.
then I suppose you have been.
And following rainbows ever since that show. Reading Rainbow.
Were you super precocious and just in another world? Was that how kind of your childhood?
Well, I enjoy learning about other worlds, and I guess that started with just being raised in the country and nature between Jackson and Humboldt, Tennessee.
Right.
And also with learning about the spiritual world when I was going to church in Jackson and Humboldt, Tennessee. So that world, and we learn a lot about this world, but what about the other worlds as well that help make this world?
Yes.
So
That makes everything else just come into focus for me in regard to you, because I feel like your music, as actually a lot of Black Roots music, is sort of dancing on this line between the mystical and the mundane, like with feet on the ground but hands toward the heavens, right?
I think it can, generally, a lot of it.
Almost out of necessity.
But it feels like to me in America, a lot of American Black music is based out of spirituality and the church anyway. Black Roots music is the root of music of all genres in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It is. I think about somebody like Sister Rosetta and how she is the rock and roll godmother, okay? What? But she started in the church.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. And everybody I love, of course, Aretha started there, and so many people started there. It's an interesting thing to think about. I used to think about it a lot, but now I'm on the other side where I am hanging out with the fairies a little bit more.
Because it takes one to know one is the thing. And the banjo to me is almost the sort of the physical representation of that line as well, because it's earthy and yet it can sound otherworldly.
Yeah, it can. It really can. It's a dreamy instrument to me.
Yeah. Does it take you to other places? You get in a little bit of a trance with it sometimes?
I get in a trance. I would say that, the biggest places that it takes me are places kindred, with, I don't know, I feel so connected with African roots when I listen to, people like Fela Kuti or Ali Farka Touré or Tenerawin. That's how I say it. When I listen to them, then I hear, the same kind of twanginess that can happen with the banjo.
Yeah.
That translation is so easy to me to think that, this came from that and that came from this, and how they're all married and dancing in the same pot.
You just trace the stream down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hear that too, like in your latest record, The Order of Time. There's the bluesy, groovy romp, shakedown, and then you got your trancey ballads. So again, it's that there are no rules in your music, I feel like, because you are in this sort of in-between space. Do you think your very singular voice, physical voice, is part of getting rid of those boundaries and barriers, or is that just your nature? Or both? They
think
might be the same thing.
Yeah, I think my nature is to be very, like, I don't know, otherworldly, but I am on earth, and sometimes I do, like, feel like things here we're in the physical realm.
Sure.
So we're dealing with physical things, and they need form, and everything has form, so you need to fit it into some understandable form.
Yes, we have to stay
and
grounded.
That's my biggest frustration, because I just want to be, like, dancing on the astral plane all the time.
Well, I think sometimes I am, and maybe that's why I run into walls a lot, because I run into walls a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like trying to go through a door, I'll be 6 inches off and just boom.
What was that? That wall was not supposed to be there. Somebody should have moved that wall, right?
Yeah. I was headed this way. Where did the wall come from?
So funny.
Yeah.
That does happen to me a lot, too.
See?
I think so.
Do you have bruises? You'll be like, where did that bruise come from?
I had a really bad one, like right there from the last tour. I was like, man, it was hanging out for a long time. I was like, oh no. But yeah, bruises do.
Yeah. I read an interview with you in which you listed a bunch of heroes, musical and otherwise. People, everyone from Dolly Parton and Joanna Newsom to Khalil Gibran and, Wendell Berry and Frida Kahlo. Do you feel like, and I love that's that wide spectrum. We share a lot of the same inspirations. Do you feel like it's important to pull from a pool that's both wide and deep when it comes to inspiration and information as well?
I think the most important thing that I feel is that each individual must do everything every day to go further into learning who they are. And if that means to pull from many things, do that. But for some people, theirs is a very concentrated effort, and it is mastering one thing. And I think that's to be respected, as well as people who are like ADD with their attention of art and music and food and everything.
Right.
Like, so many things. I'm a little bit like that.
Yeah.
But then there are others that you can just know that they just focused, and it was just like needlepoint, so sharp focus on one craft, and how beautiful that is. So I think it's always like an individual diving deeper and deeper within themselves. And I think things that we see in the physical world, they first manifest in an invisible world. So that world is kind of more important in a lot of ways with this one, and it takes time for things that are happening in the invisible world to form into physical.
Right.
And so that is an order of time. But if you have this magical place and it's telling you to constantly focus on just being the best purist of folk music, well, do that. If it's telling you you're drawn to this, you're drawn to that, do that. Whatever your own compass is, you must just constantly be listening to that and, constantly saying, okay, where is it today? Where is it today? Where is it today?
And then synthesize whatever that is into your voice or your craft or whatever. If you're fixing cars, whatever that is.
It's true.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And it helps you to see why you came here.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of it. To me, I think for a lot of people, they don't know why they came here. They think they're just like plopped down here for no good reason. They don't understand that they have a light inside that somebody might have written a song about that the world does need, no matter what it is.
It's so true. I try to think that all beings recognize why they are here. They just have from birth, they get it. They get it. Well, at birth, they get it.
Yes.
So we come in knowing. But then, as we get a little older, people say, well, no, we don't need that. Or what you're doing, there's already some of that out there. Or, whoever you want to be, no. But every soul that's born has a purpose, and every soul has a responsibility to listen to only one voice, and that's that inner voice inside of them, and constantly like checking it and listening to it, because when they look out at the world, from the moment you wake up and open your eyes, it's going to tell you something else. But no, like, it's just like, no, as a baby, when you're really little, you know why you came, but as you get older, then things start to shape in different ways, and you get pushed and pulled and, you know, pushed down. So I was talking to one of my poet friends, Jacqueline Suskin, about it a few days ago, just the choice to like constantly follow your light. And, you know, she just kept using the word practice. She was like, it's practice. You got to practice. Every single day is practice.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to practice. I just want to be in it.
Diligence is exhausting, for sure.
Yeah.
And yet, I'm with you. There's no other way to be. I don't think. I agree with that. But do you think, when I think about representation a lot, you know, representation in the world, and for a lot of us, our images aren't reflected back to us in the media or whatever. And so I wonder if, because this is something that I interviewed Rhiannon Giddens a few months ago, and one of the ideas I posited was that white men in particular have a sort of luxury of mediocrity because the world is built for them. The world reflects their image back to them in all sorts of positive ways that people like you and people like me don't have. So they don't have to try as hard. So I wonder if that plays a part for some people not listening, not even knowing they have their voice or their light, that they just assume the world is there for them and they don't have to try.
Well, when you're working in the invisible realm, which is where things occur first, and that's your most powerful place, if you are truly working there, then like everything that you see in the physical is an illusion.
Well, yeah.
We're working it, and we're like, what I'm telling you is that everything you said is true and it does exist.
Right.
Where do you get the food to be able to wake up in that kind of world and still shine? That is where practice comes in, and it goes into moving into the real world, which is not something you can see. It's something you got to trust.
Yep.
And every day believing with full force that flower that you see there is going to manifest here, and that there will be beauty and balance, you know. And if not in the physical form here, well, we can talk about that stuff later. Because there, you know, I don't necessarily think that the goal is like changing the world that's out there, you know. But once you start to change you, then things around you start shifting.
The ripples.
And slowly it changes. Like a Grateful Dead song, Ripple in Still Water. I love that. Love those lyrics, man. That's it. I love it. I love it, love it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so slow. It's so slow. But yesterday I was at LaGuardia, and the magazine covers were right there. And I was like, oh, let me look at the clothes that are on the magazine covers, because I love clothes. And it was beautiful. There were white women, there were black women, there were Indian women. I was like, I'm going to take the change. I'm going to take the change where I can get it.
Yeah.
You know, where I can get it, and when I see it, I'm going to like honor that and give some light to that and say, yes, thank you. That's what I want to see. Multi-races, multi-ages, multi-sizes. That's what I want to see. What do you wish to see? It is really practicing being the change you wish to see versus continuing to say, well, it's the white man's world and this is the way it is. And no.
Manifest.
We're moving forward.
You're a manifester?
We're creating something beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, my whole life is that. Everything I have, everything I do, that is what it is.
See, I'm a believer in fate versus manifesting and free will. But I think that is another show for us.
That's a balance too, like understanding the fate side of it.
Yeah.
How cool. Oh, just to have some complete and total fate. I just see like somebody just floating through the air, like trusting all. and
That's
it
it,
just
man.
being a beautiful dance.
Trust life. That's
Wow,
one of my
faith.
thing. Yeah.
I like that. Maybe that is the next episode.
Yeah, to me, it's all about surrender. Because I feel like the universe, God, the source, whatever anybody wants to call it, knows better and dreams bigger than I ever could for myself. So why not take
Wow.
that pressure off? That's how I go through it.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, baby. Well, considering that the record is called The Order of Time, and you just touched on that, do you think, though, that the long arc of the universe is it bending toward justice and love and all good things? Is that how you see it?
Well, Earth is a different place. It's hard to say what's going to end up happening on Earth, but I believe that all things are moving forward in that way, and that's the ultimate goal
I
of
don't
all
think it
of
has to be
this.
limited to Earth. I think it's the bigger thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bigger. I love this song. It says, "Someone is bigger, bigger than we can never be, than we can never be."
See?
I love it when I
It
hear
is.
that. And it doesn't have to be someone. It can
No.
just be something, you know.
Anything. I like
Just
it.
a beautiful collective of something bigger, something greater, something beautiful just coming together.
I might have to make that my new ringtone.
Well, let's see. I think it's famous Renfro.
Oh, I'm just
I
going to
got
take
from
you
the
singing
song.
it.
Oh, mine.
Yeah, I'm just going to take that little
No,
snippet.
you need the real deal, girl.
Oh,
you
heck
need
no.
the real
You're the real.
deal.
You're my real deal. You know that.
No. You got a lot of real deals. You
Well.
got some good music coming on this show.
All
It's
right,
so
well,
cool.
It's not a bad gig. Now that you sang a little, want to sing a little?
Yes, I will.
What you
I'll
gonna
sing
do
a song
first?
from the Order of Time. It's called Man Done Wrong. Man done wrong and I don't care. Man done wrong and I don't care. Gone and roam round everywhere. Gone and roam round everywhere. Shadows dancing at my door. Shadows dancing at my door. I can't fight 'em anymore. I can't fight 'em anymore. Neighbor, listen to that wall. Neighbor, listen to that wall. Know that neighbor heard it all. Know that neighbor heard it all. Friend dropped by, but he could not stay. Friend dropped by, but he could not stay. Friend, he done up and walked away. Friend, he done up and walked away. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah.
Man done wrong.
I ain't done wrong.
Valerie June,
Yes.
off the Order of Time. It's a perfect record. Do you know that?
Thank you. What does that mean?
I think it's a perfect record. In my iTunes, like, I'm very organized in my iTunes, so I rate songs and everything. 5 stars all the way down. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See, my love is real. We're going to do the enlightening round now. Since you live somewhere betwixt and between.
Trying to twist and twist it.
Yeah. Let's say Tennessee, even though I know you're a Memphis girl. So, Tennessee or the astral plane? I'm going to list some things, and you tell me where they're better, Tennessee or the astral plane.
Okay.
Are you ready? Thunderstorms.
Tennessee has some really great thunderstorms.
We do. Church services.
They don't really have very many church services on the astral plane, so I'm going to say Tennessee too.
Okay. Panoramic views.
Oh, astral plane for that, yeah.
Okay. Philosophical discussions.
Astral plane.
Okay. Juke joints.
Tennessee.
I feel like there are probably some good juke joints on the astral plane.
There
though.
could be.
Right?
There could be.
Some craziness happening.
There's total craziness. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of colors and
Yeah.
iridescence.
Yeah. Last one. Moonshine.
Tennessee.
Okay, so you're taking that literally because it could be
Moonshine. Yeah, it could.
So you could go either way. That was my trick question.
That was so
sneaky.
tricky.
I'm
I'm not
sneaky.
good at games.
I think you did pretty well. You know, for somebody to say, hey, what's the view like on the astral plane? I think you just rolled with that. Well done.
Well, I don't know. I think it's different for everybody. So
That's probably true.
you get up there and you can not like it or you can like it.
I actually read about the astral plane this morning.
Well, what did you find out?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. It's a thing. Which I knew it was a thing. I used to have a dog that would sort of astral travel. He would go visit. We'll talk about it later.
Animals, I think they do that a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm reading the autobiography of a yogi right now, and it's such a cool book that
He talks about
Never
he's quoted in this article
seen
about
it written down things that I'm like used to just feeling that, I just feel that, and I'm reading the book. I'm like, yes, I know what you're talking about right there.
Yeah.
It's really an interesting book.
They cite
Some
him
things.
in the article that I read. They cited Yogananda about the talking about the astral plane. See?
Wow. Well, I had the book on my reading list like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I never hit it, but I've been hitting a lot of really awesome, juicy, books lately.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Second song.
Well, this one, when I had the pleasure of touring or at the Wandering, it was Luther Dickinson, Amy LaVere, Shannon McNally, and Sade Thomas. And we toured all over. It was my first real tour, and we did this song, and I just loved, doing that with them. So I want to do this one because it reminds me of my time with those guys.
Nice.
Rolled and I morning too. Well, I rolled and I tumbled, I cried the whole night long. When I woke up this morning, everything I had was woke up this morning, and everything I had was woke up this morning, and everything I had was gone.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Valerie June.
After that, you were just dancing on the astral plane.
I'd floated off somewhere there. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to see your show tomorrow night.
Well, okay, it's gonna be fun. Going to the Ryman, the Wood Brothers are headlining, and I'm gonna play a few songs before them, so it'll be fun.
Cool.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. What's coming up next? I know you just released a couple songs for Valentine's Day, which I appreciated.
Valentine's Day. Oh, thank
For the
you.
loved and the loveless. Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
That was fun.
What's over the horizon?
You know, I don't know. I have a lot of dates. Like, I have a show coming up with the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra, which will be fun, and City Winery in New York, and so all kinds of fun stuff. But besides that, just living life,
Living life, writing songs.
enjoying things,
Okay,
cooking a lot, and watering my plants, which I love.
that's important.
They're so awesome.
Feed life.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you down the road, I guess.
Okay. See you over yonder.
Let's see. Next week we have Amber Rubarth coming on, then Jerry Douglas, and then Caitlin Canty, Parker Millsap, Gretchen Peters, Ashley Monroe. A lot of good people.
You got a lot of people.
I know. Wow, it's not bad.
It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. Until then, over and out from the writers' rooms at the Hutton.